Hi, I'm Hannah from Mouseflow, and today we're going to talk about session replay, specifically the player itself. Now, you found a recording on your list of recorded sessions or live sessions that you're interested in. How can you actually play it? Either from this icon here on the right, or actually from anywhere in the middle of the row. It will open in a new tab, always to not disrupt your flow. What you can see here is that the website actually took quite a while to load until users were able to see data. And I'm going to pause here for a sec just to show you what you can see around. On the top left, you'll be able to see a drop down with the visited pages in the order, of course, in which they were visited. And you can jump into any page view that you're interested in straight from here. What you also have whenever you hover over this timeline here is two legends. The one on the left shows you what our color coding is referring to. Movements and scroll are represented in red, clicks and taps in yellow, form interactions in green, no example here in this particular recording, and inactivity periods are black. On the right-hand side, you'll see all the different shortcuts that you can use on your keyboard in order to move around in the player. You can skip a few seconds forwards and backwards, you can speed up the recording, you can add a comment, tags, variables, all that jazz. What's also interesting, and you can notice that in this timeline, is these lightning bolts. They represent rage clicks. So if you opened a recording that has rage clicks, you can even click on the timeline to skip straight to the point before the rage click happened and see what's going on. So on the top right, you have a few options. One is to expand on this arrow to get the basic details and information about this session. It was there on the recorded session table, but you have it here in front of you as well. You can bookmark this recording to go back to it later through this yellow star. And you also have a bunch of other options available to you. You can watch the recording in full screen. You can also add a comment to a specific timestamp in the recording to take a note of something interesting or noteworthy, and that those notes will be visible to anyone that views the recording. Adding tags is also super useful because you can filter by those on the recording list and you can easily find those recordings afterwards. You can share it with your team members or even outside of your organization. People don't have to have a Mouseflow account in order to view a recording. That's very important to know. You can download the session to watch it later. You can delete the session if it's irrelevant for you. And you can go to the page on your website that this page view is referring to. This is extremely helpful in cases where you see an issue happening on the screen and you quickly want to try and reproduce it yourself. You might not be successful, but here's a way to get to your page quickly. And of course, you can contact our support if you have any questions. They're always happy to help. So now, let me play the recording, and I won't move my mouse, so everything you will see is actually the user interacting with your website. So you notice that when we hit these lightning bolts, we saw that the user was actually clicking excessively on different parts of the screen, and that's why rage clicks were recorded. When a page view ends, the next one will automatically load. In this example, notice how the user is excessively clicking the plus. They're trying to add something to their cart, but the button is not responding. So this is a perfect example of something you can take back to the developers and actually fix the user experience with. From this top section, you're able to do a few important things. Either move back to a previous session or a previous page within the same session you're in, or move forward in the same direction. You can also change the playback speed. You can watch it a lot faster or slow it down to make sure that you catch every single thing that's happening. For example, here, very, very easy to see that the user is trying to add something to the cart, but the button's not responding and the quantity doesn't change. Hope this was useful. Thank you for watching.